Good morning. It is bright and early. You can tell, look at these bags under my eyes. They are very distinct this morning. But it is 7 a.m. A very early start to the day. Today we are doing the Historic Center. So the Spanish Steps, the Trevi Fountain, and ending the day at the Pantheon. But first, I'm gonna go to a little cafe near the Spanish Steps in that area and actually get started with some caffeine and something to eat before tackling the day. I'm hoping to be done by noonish, 1 o'clock, when the heat finally comes out. That's like 5-6 hours of walking around Historic Center, so I feel like that gives me enough time to see all the well-known sites. And I'm very excited to experience Rome. Just had breakfast at a coffee shop, at a cappuccino and a croissant, and it only cost €2, and this cost additional €2. So I got a drink and a pastry for €2, and then about a Coke Zero because I needed more caffeine than the cappuccino. Well, now I'm heading to my first stop, or where I'm starting, which is Piazza Barberini, which is kind of like the center, and then I'll like spread out from there and see the Spanish Steps and the fountain and the Pantheon. Saw the Spanish Steps, and I've heard horror stories about how busy they can get, and since I got up early, I got an actual picture with Spanish Steps in the background and no people, which is like, I think, a raw commodity because they're so like a popular tourist destination. But it was great. And now I'm heading to Piazza Navona, which is like a 15-minute walk. I'm already sweating, and it's only like 75, 76. The sun is about to peek over the buildings, and it's just gonna get hotter. So, trying to get as much as I can done in the morning coolness before the sun comes up over the buildings. Was completely empty. The thing about getting up early is that you get to see a lot of the sites without people crowding up. It's just the giving up part that's the hardest. But it was awesome. I'm sure in about 2 hours that will be overwhelmed with tourists and you can't get a photo without people in it. I love it, and it's still cool, although the sun is coming up. I love that, and it's quiet. I love how quiet it is. But I really gotta pee, and so before I go to the Trevi Fountain, I'm heading to a McDonald's because it's the cheapest option to go to the bathroom. So that's where I'm heading. Stopped at the McDonald's to pee, got some water, and I'm now walking to the Trevi Fountain. I'm bypassing the Pantheon because it doesn't open until 9, and I'll just backtrack and go to the Pantheon where it opens at 9 o'clock. Hopefully we'll be the first ones there and it won't be as busy. at the Chubby Fountain. And there's something, kind of a legend of the 3 wishes. And you flip coins into the fountain backwards over your shoulder, and with those 3 coins there's 3 wishes. The first wish is that you wish to return to Rome someday. The second is you hope to find true love. And the third is you hope to marry that true love. And I just did it, although the coins are different intervals, so I don't know if that's, I had like a 10 cent, a 20 cent, and a 50 cent. I didn't look at which coin I used for each wish. I don't know if that matters, but whichever one I wish the 50 cents on, I hope it actually happens. But it's amazing. It is the most tourist part, but it's less busy than I thought it was going to be, and from pictures I've seen, which I think is good that I got here early, because it's starting to get busier and busier. Just saw and went into the Pantheon. It was busy, like right when it opened, everyone was in line to go inside. But historical and architectural significance in that building, which is super cool. And I actually didn't know that it was a religious building. I don't know what I thought it was, but not Catholic Christian religion. But it was really cool to be inside, and it's free to go inside. With my ticket I had an audio guide, so I got to listen a little bit about the history, which was nice. So this morning I hit just the major big tourist things, and now I'm going back and doing like the little things, like little plazas and just interesting tidbits. I wanted to do the big tourist things first. 1, so they weren't busy and I could get good pictures, and 2, I didn't want to do it when it's hot and busy. Where I'm at currently is called Largo de Torre, Argentina, and it's the location where Julius Caesar was assassinated on March 15th BC, 44 year BC. How cool is that? And just ancient ruins in the middle of this big city, and they keep them up to date and restored, and it's just cool to see like these little pockets of ancient history in a modern city. Just walked and took pictures and videos at a lookout, and that was my last stop for the day. It gave me a good overview of Rome, but it's about 10:45, so it's been I've been up since 6 and I left around 6:45, so it's been a good 4 hours. I'm heading to get just a quick meal because I plan on eating a feast for dinner tonight. So I'm going to McDonald's. Don't know what you're thinking through the screen. Don't judge. It's cheap and quick. And then I'm heading back to my hostel for the afternoon, and then I'm gonna head out for an authentic Italian meal tonight. It is a few hours later and I am about to go to dinner. The restaurant that I'm going to doesn't open until 7 and it's about 6:40, so I'm just sitting outside my hostel. I have walked a total of 8 miles today so far. And the restaurant's like a half a mile, so I'll probably get to about 9.5 miles today. it was a great walking day and a great day exploring Rome, and I'm very happy that I got up early and got to a lot of places before they were overrun with crowds and before it got super hot. It's 93 degrees outside and the sun's not even like beating down on me. I'm hot and I'm getting bitten by mosquitoes already, or bugs of some type. But yes, I'm changing my view slowly of Rome. I think it's just where my hostel is located. It's just very dirty. But in the tourist areas, it was a lot less dirty and a lot less like graffiti. It seems to take care of that area of town, so. Well, it's quite obvious by now that I didn't have the authentic Italian meal because when I got to the restaurant, it was all boarded up and said closed on the outside. And there's actually a bunch of other people looking at the sign and trying to figure out on their phones. The internet still says it's open, but it was not open. And today is not a holiday in Rome or anything like that. So I don't know what happened. I got super, super overwhelmed, I'm gonna be honest. I had picked what I was gonna eat and I had planned the end of the day at the restaurant. I didn't have like a second destination in mind, and where my hostel is, there's not like a lot of food places, and I did a lot of walking today, so I didn't feel like, you know, scouting out another place. I really wanted like like pasta or something. And so I went to the store and I was actually just going to decide to make my own pasta at my hostel here. And I just got overwhelmed. There were a bunch of older men staring at me and making me uncomfortable. I am in a dress, but I was just getting super, super uncomfortable in the area that I was in. And I was hungry. I just abstained from eating like all day. I hadn't eaten since 11. So I was like super hungry and ready for this big meal. And so I just got overstimulated and it's hot. So all those things added up and had a little breakdown. But there was a pizza place close to my hostel that I found and ended up just having pizza. So technically it was authentic-ish, like authentic Italian pizza. The restaurant had really great reviews and the pizza was delicious. But yeah, that's how my day ended. It didn't end on the best note, but some things I had to deal with is being overstimulated sometimes. But now that I'm finished, I had pizza and red wine for dinner, and now I'm just gonna chill out in my room, my little pod for the rest of the night. And then tomorrow is Vatican City, and my ticket's at 9:30, so I get to sleep in a little bit tomorrow, but not that much. But today was a great first day in Roma.